So hello, my name is Brady Wied. If you guys don't know me, I'm the chair of the finance team or the finance sub-team. So as we get started with the stewardship season this year, there are a few things I wanted to kind of talk about as part of the kickoff for that. So a few of the experiences in terms of why we give and why we participate here that are the most important to my family are, probably the biggest one is the community aspect. And I know that's a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot, but it's something I grew up in my home church. And having a community with different generations of people around, both for me and my kids to interact with and build relationships with, is really important. And I think in addition to that, that community being able to root for you and kind of help you grow as you progress is a really unique thing. And another thing that kind of really runs off of that same topic is, okay, so besides what's important to us here at the church, why do we financially give? And I guess that's a two-part kind of answer for me personally. So one of them is, quite simply, it takes financial resources to make things happen here. And until we have Star Trek replicators, which if any of you out there are nerds that know what a Star Trek replicator is, we don't really have a lot of choice other than to accumulate some financial resources to do the things that we want to do here. So that's part of it. I think the other part of it, and this is just a personal observation, is, when I was little or younger, it was always adults in the room or other adults in the room that would take care of problems like this. And now I'm increasingly finding out as I look around that, I'm starting to be the adult in the room. If I don't help, contribute financially, who will? I can't just, punt that whole obligation or responsibility, to someone else as much as maybe I used to. And that may or may not be the best way to look at it, but that's just an observation I'm having at my station in life. I'm like, hey, we're starting to be the adults in the room and we need to take that responsibility seriously. One final thought before we talk about dates and kind of what else is happening is, when there's a lot of things going on in society and a lot of choices for how you spend your time on Sunday, why come here? Why spend time here? And I think probably a lot of different people have different answers to that question. I think for us as parents with young kids, that's probably one of the few hours of the week where we get to sit and reflect about how we're living our lives and kind of have some quiet time while we listen to a message and really think and ponder. And I'm kind of drifting into Wesley quadrilateral territory there, but that whole, thinking, experience, tradition, reason, scripture better, and I think I mostly have those right. That time on Sunday is one of the few times we get to really think. And I don't think that a lot of the other choices in society, fun as they may be, offer that. So that's probably the biggest reason, why do we spend time here on Sundays when we could do something else? So as we kind of get our stewardship season really going here, one of the things I would invite everybody to do is to take a look at that pledge card that you probably got in the mail and see what you might be able to contribute this year. And if you want to fill that pledge card out, on paper, that's fine. Or if you want to go to the website, it's arvadaumc.org/giving, and you can go out there and begin the process that way as well. So I would invite everybody, if you haven't started taking a look at that, to do so. In terms of what to do with that or what questions you might have in order to complete that, the logical next step is we've got a town hall on October 27th, where both Amy and I and others will be present to answer any questions you have about budgeting and pledging and all those things. And that will be recorded. So if you can't make that, you can always look at the recording later if you want to see what information was discussed during that town hall. So feel free to wait until then if you'd like to have your questions answered before you fill out a pledge card. After that, when we really would like to mobilize towards getting as many pledges in as possible, is Gift Dedication Sunday, which is November 3rd. So that's the date we'd really like to show up and have all our pledges in so we can really begin the planning process and see kind of where our pledges are compared to all the different goals that we might want to achieve next year. And I think that's really it, in terms of our dates and next steps. So I hope everyone has a pleasant week. Thank you.